Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. You got two left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walk in through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat.
Good evening and welcome to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm your host, Lania Berger, and with me tonight we have from the Arthur Murray Ballroom Dance Studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the lovely Rosalinda Cardinali. Welcome to the show, Rosalinda.
Hi, Lania. How are you?
I'm fine. It's great to have you.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
So let's start by talking just a little bit about you and about Arthur Murray Pittsburgh. You've been with Arthur Murray's for over 20 years, isn't that right?
That's right. That's a long time.
And let's talk for a moment about what got you involved in Arthur Murray's. Now, I know that you grew up in Indiana. You were Miss National Indiana Teenager, correct? Or Miss Indiana
Correct.
National Teenager. Went to school in Indiana, studied theater. And then let's talk about what made the transition between that and Arthur Murray's.
Well, I met Mario Cardinali, who is the son of the late S. Tony Cardinali, in college. And he was telling me about his father had a dance studio in Pittsburgh and all this stuff. And being of Latin descent, we always danced with our uncles and cousins. And I couldn't comprehend that people that don't know each other just go to a studio and learn how to dance. And sure enough, eventually I moved to Pittsburgh and I worked at selling shoes at Saks Fifth Avenue. And I met Mr. Tony Cardinali, and he said, Rose, you gotta come work for me. You're a good dancer. You gotta work for me. So I started working for him in the South Hills of Pittsburgh as a receptionist while I was being trained to become an instructor.
That's incredible. And then from receptionist to a top instructor to a top executive to a top franchisee, because you've been in the top 10% of Arthur Murray Dance Studios for, I want to say it's like 18 years or something. Am I right?
Yeah, like almost all of the 18 years. That first year was your startup year, and then after that, it's just been rock solid. We're actually a little bit north of Pittsburgh in a city called Wexford, Pennsylvania.
That's right. That's right. Well, gosh, that is so exciting to be able to speak with you today. You have all this wonderful ballroom information because of your great experience with Arthur Murray's. And I think that all of it is fantastic, but what I was really, really excited by was the wonderful charity work that you've done through Arthur Murray's. You've worked with lots of different local and national charities. I know that I saw you worked with cystic fibrosis, helping to prevent cystic fibrosis, encouraging the breast cancer and cervical cancer screening, all those different really important things. Can you talk a little bit about the charity work that you've done?
Yeah, we every other year we perform in a show called Hot Pink Pittsburgh, and it's about breast cancer, cervical cancer screening awareness, encouraging women to get screenings done before they find a problem. And so we perform live on stage downtown Pittsburgh at the Byam Theater. Done that several times. For cystic fibrosis, it was very much a Dancing with the Stars type event where I've danced with various local celebrities in helping raise money for cystic fibrosis. They had the judges and everything there with the 10, the 4, whatever number that they gave you, and they also interviewed the judges. So that was a really great event. I think we've done that one about four different years. We've done that event.
Outstanding. Is that when you danced with Mark Hamlich from Mark Hamlich and the Pittsburgh Symphony Pops?
No, actually, that was a whole different thing. That was down at Heinz Hall, downtown Pittsburgh. I got to dance on stage with Marvin Hamlish and the Pittsburgh Symphony Pops. I did a Lindy Hop swing number with a dance partner there, and I had a pink poodle skirt on and the saddle shoes. It was the full deal. And at that event, the Platters, the actual, I think it was the son or the daughter of the actual Platters, if you remember that famous group. they were there also performing on stage. And to one of their songs, they had us come out and dance our Lindy Hop swing number with the flips and all that stuff I used to do back in the day.
What fun. That's incredible. What a great event that sounds like. And we were talking about the Dancing with the Stars event. Isn't it amazing what Dancing with the Stars has done for our industry?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, drastic change in the studios across the world. And I often tell people that when I first started working for Mr. Cardinali, that it was a lot of women that were calling the studio to learn how to dance. And then all of a sudden it was couples, lots and lots of couples, where the men were also coming in with their partners. And now we get plenty of single men that often call, and they don't want to be left out. They say, I don't want to be left behind. Everyone else is learning how to dance, and I figure that I should learn as well.
You know, I think that happened especially after we started seeing some of the football players take the floor and really show men how great it is to have a man who can dance.
Absolutely. And that's definitely the tie-in there with the Dancing with the Stars show. It has absolutely led to more people calling of all ages. We even have more youth calling than we have had in the past. And definitely men, women, everybody.
And let's go ahead and talk for a moment about specifically Pittsburgh, because I think that with Dancing with the Stars, we all have our favorites who we get behind and we're supporting. But Pittsburgh is unique in that you guys really stand behind those Pittsburgh Steelers who take to the dance floor.
Well, it's just something about this city that I guess, Pittsburgh is kind of it's a rough town. It's a steel town, and we always just stick together. And anytime we can put Pittsburgh on the map, everyone's bound to do that. So in Pittsburgh, we don't just win a game here or there. We go big. Like we go for Stanley Cups, Super Bowl championships, and Mirrorball trophies.
That's right. And as we can see right now on the screen, that's Hines Ward with his partner, Kim Johnson, holding up the Mirrorball trophy in Pittsburgh. It's fantastic to see the way that Pittsburgh really rallied behind Hines Ward when he was competing in season 12 of Dancing with the Stars. And actually, I say competing, when he was the champion of season 12 of Dancing with the Stars. And you called that, didn't you, Rosalinda?
I did. I had to, but I did. The local station came out and interviewed us, myself and two of my staff members, and they had us watch the show live as he was practicing, and we talked about the show and how he was doing. And they just put the question on me, and they said, "So Rosalinda, do you think Hines Ward do you think he's going to win it?" And I was fearful to say yes, because if he didn't, who knows would my tires be slashed? No, just kidding. But it was like, of course I have to support Pittsburgh, and I have to support Hines Ward. So I said, absolutely, I think he's going to win it. And he did.
He did. He was fantastic. And that was the season that Kirstie Alley was the runner-up. And interestingly enough, Kirstie Alley, she has a home in Clearwater. And so she did some training down here by us. So we were kind of like city against city, but we didn't rally like you guys did. There's another image that I don't know if, there they are again, with the city rallying behind Hines and Kim. I mean, just such terrific support. And then I even saw, Rosalinda, that you were at a rally for Hines.
Yeah. Did you get that picture?
Yeah, I think we've got it coming up. This is the storefront that's supporting Antonio right now. And then the next one should be you at the Hines rally. There it is. Yep. I'm for Hines.
That was a huge rally for Hines Ward downtown Pittsburgh at one of the, it's a big concert venue where they have live bands and big concerts. Well, on the stage, instead of a band, they had this huge screen and then several other TV screens where they were showing the finale live to see if Hines Ward won it. And the minute he won it, I mean, the Pittsburgh fans know how to celebrate. So the music comes on, there's confetti coming from the sky. I brought everyone's waving their terrible towel from Pittsburgh. It was like nostalgia in that room. And Hines Ward could see us and we could see him. And the city just went crazy at that point. But it was an awesome rally.
I have goosebumps. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got another Pittsburgh Steeler fan on this season, on season 22. It's 10 seasons later. We have Antonio Brown. He's dancing with Sharna. And what is the city like now? Are you guys, is it the same feeling as back when Hines was on the show?
Well, I think it is. It's a little bit of a different feeling. I mean, you still see what they're doing is you can go to the same sign that you saw me in that other picture. You can go to your local stores and pick up one of these. It says, "I'm for Antonio." And people are putting these on their cars, in store windows, in their cubby holes at work, just wherever, to support. But I interviewed some very diehard Steeler fans, my staff, and they seemed to feel like there was a little bit more following for Hines simply because he was at the end of his career. So he was a little bit more of an icon at that point with all those years of achievements that he had, where Antonio Brown, I believe, is on his 4th or 5th season of his career just getting started. But he still has quite a big following.
Yeah, that's great to see. That's great to see. I know my husband had Antonio Brown on his fantasy team this year. And so I watched him this year in football. I was excited that the football player was somebody that I recognized and knew. And I loved that on the field he would do a front flip when something really terrific happened. And did you see last week he put the front flip into the routine?
Yeah, I thought it was great, but I felt it was just a little disconnected from the routine. He came out, he did the flip, and I was a little bit like, oh, what was that? And then they started dancing, and then I realized, oh, yeah, that's his signature flip.
Right. He was very sparkly in that number. That was the switch-up week. He was actually dancing with Karina Smirnoff. And one of the most interesting things that I noticed that week was actually backstage when she was FaceTiming with Sharna saying, "He's an hour late. Is this normal?"
Right. That kind of led to some controversy there, I think, a little bit. But I don't know, and then people are talking about that, obviously, in the city. Is he serious about the show? Right. Is he not? I think he is. He's a champion. He knows how to perform like a champion, or he wouldn't have accepted the challenge, I'm sure. I think it's too early to tell about all that. But I think we're gonna talk a little bit more about the show that was just 2 days ago, because everything changed 2 days ago.
It did, and it was almost like that was a little kick in the pants for him, because then this week for Footloose, he felt completely committed. I mean, just hardworking, dedicated. It was great.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When he found out that his partner said to the other competitor, Niall, that she thought Niall or that Wanya, we're going to win. I think you're right. I think he got a kick in the pants and he realized, oh, this isn't as easy as it appears. I got to work harder. And are people talking about me and saying that I'm not working hard enough? And I'm going to step it up here. And he has really took the challenge, and he came back with a vengeance. I thought he danced amazing on Monday night.
I did too. The choreography was incredible. Sharna did a wonderful job of showcasing him in the piece. And he had the retractions for the jive. He was on the balls of his feet the entire time. And you could just really tell that there was a different kind of spirit behind it that I was really, really excited to see.
Well, yeah, and I think he got a little bit lucky getting a jive, and I'm glad he got the jive. Because I want him to win, obviously, because it's a lot of the same football moves with high knees and quick sailor shuffle type movements. Like you were saying, that the kicks, and there was one kick that he did in there it just went like forever. His leg goes, wow. And I think it's because he's so flexible as a football player. They have to jump over players and things like that. One step I really liked was, there were two of them. One of them is he went to do an American spin, and instead of just spinning, she had him do this huge jump up really high as he was doing the turn. It was amazing.
It was.
And so I felt like he's got a dance here that he's good at, and that he really show his talents. Mm-hmm. And then in this dance, I liked how he did incorporate the flip.
Yeah.
You notice the back flip in there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they supported him and sent him up in the air in a backflip, it was awesome.
Yeah, because it was choreographed to the music. Mm-hmm. He ran into the partner, so there was leading and following. There was a connection. And as soon as he landed, he continued dancing like nothing had happened. So to me, that was a great way to incorporate the flip, better than the first week, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to point out, too, that I love how the Steelers players are there supporting him, too. Have you noticed that in the audience? We often see Steelers players.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be living the life. They're Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a good friend on Dancing with the Stars, so they can be live on TV there, national television. And frankly, people who've never seen live ballroom don't understand how amazing it is. So I'm sure maybe they didn't plan on going out every time, but after they saw their first show, I'm sure they were like, we've got to go back. I mean, I've seen Val dance live plenty of times. And sometimes he spins so fast that the human eye can't keep up with what he's doing. So, I mean, that when you see it live, it's even better than what it is on TV. And I'm sure they're all wrapped up into that.
I agree. Well, listen, we're going to chat more about Dancing with the Stars because we've got to talk about what's going on this week and favorites and all that sort of stuff. But we need to take a quick break. So stay with us. We will be right back on the Ballroom Beat.
With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Join us for the 8th annual Car Shows for Charity Breast Cancer Car Show on May 7th with proceeds to benefit USF Breast Health. Cars will be displayed along historic Tarpon Avenue in downtown Tarpon Springs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Registration from 8 to 10 a.m. Over 50 trophies, great vendors, music, and giveaways all day. Pre-registration is $20. Day of show, $25. Spectators are always free. Space is limited, so register soon. Help us drive away breast cancer. For more information, visit cs4c.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
Welcome back to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm Lania Berger here with Rosalinda Cardinali from the Arthur Murray Ballroom Dance Studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are talking about Dancing with the Stars. Rosalinda, I've got to tell you, being a Disney girl down here in Florida, Disney night is my favorite on Dancing with the Stars. I always look forward to it. And I admire the fact that you at the Arthur Murray Dance Studio in Pittsburgh really bring Disney night to life with your own Murray's Magic Kingdom night.
Yes. We had a huge, it's like a Dancing with the Stars event in the fact that it's only solos. So there are no freestyles where there are multiple couples on the floor at the same time dancing to whatever song. These are only one partnership. They pick the song that they want to dance to, and they wear costumes and props. And it's this year we had a Disney theme to our musical. In fact, here's our playbill, if you can see the playbill, yep. Murray's Magic Kingdom that we had.
Awesome.
And It was awesome night. I sent you some pictures there. We had a huge cake. We were able to download this playbill right on the cake. And students, we have it every year. This is our 6th year. So people have been preparing, I would say, since January to be able to dance their routines at the event. It's not like the Dancing with the Stars people. It's not like they can take off all those hours of their life and come in here and just do it within a week or two. They come in once a week, twice a week, and they prepare their routine numbers for the Disney night.
Yeah. Rosalinda, it's funny you say, like at Dancing with the Stars, how they have so much time committed to it. We had Cheryl Burke and Chris Jericho shoot in our studio their practice session, and they booked chunks of time because, you're right, it's just so intensive. But at Arthur Murray's, much better for students. They can really take their time, enjoy it, and really get very good at all the intricacies of the dance.
Yes, and some of our students will be repeating it at upcoming showcase events and things like that. So they're going to get to keep using their routines. And I always tell students, it's hard to even put into words exactly everything you learn by doing a solo like that, by doing a routine. But it comes out in their dancing later. The feet are sharper, the poise is better, the showmanship, all of it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Did you have newcomers in your showcase?
Yes, we had the newcomers go first before we started the official show. We had a stage set up and lighting. It was awesome. There's not even any commentating during the show. Once it begins, people can watch along in the program, and it's simply the lights fade, the lights come on, and it's, let's say, Mary Poppins. And then the lights fade, the lights come back on, and then it's something from Aladdin. And the night goes on like that with even an intermission. I think the dance time of the whole show was an hour and a half.
Wow.
So it was literally like a night at the theater.
That's outstanding. I think that newcomers are sometimes so nervous to do their first solo. Do you have any advice for a newcomer that is scared to get out there and give it a try? Well,
the biggest thing is that it only gets easier once you start. So if you keep putting off that starting point, it actually not only does it get easier faster, it actually builds more anxiety that you just have to do it. Do your first one, then it's easier to go from there. And all we want to see from a newcomer is if you're doing a rumba, you just get out there and do a rumba box. And you're already qualified to dance. So it's not like we need to see a bunch of fancy moves. We're simply welcoming them into the Arthur Murray system and welcoming them into the studio.
I think, too, that something that often gets forgotten is that the really advanced folks, even the teachers, they all learned the box to start. So we all know what it's like to be a newcomer, because everybody's been there at one point or another. So there's a real kind of camaraderie and support system in Arthur Murray's where we are so excited to see those newcomers as much as we're excited to see the advanced dancers.
That's a really good point. And that, I'm going to interject, is what our students have said about this musical event that we have. They say that it's their favorite event of the year in our studio because they feel that camaraderie with each other, because everyone's doing a different number and with different costumes and themes. So it's very easy to support each other. They're not dancing against each other in a freestyle, for example.
And listen, I want to applaud your students. Great costumes that I saw. We have some images to share with our viewers today. So let's go ahead and take a look at some highlights of Murray's Magic Kingdom night at Arthur Murray Pittsburgh.
Great.
Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. You got 2 left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walk in through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. ballroom beat. Whoa, 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 cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat.
Again, bravo, Arthur Murray Pittsburgh. Looks like it was a fantastic event. Very similar to Disney Night at Dancing with the Stars, where your very own Antonio Brown did Aladdin and Jasmine. That was a really, really great night. Lots of fun that we've been seeing on Dancing with the Stars. To update our viewers, Doug Flutie has been the next one to be cut. He was cut this past Monday. He and Karina Smirnoff won't be continuing with their dancing journey. I feel bad. Rosalinda, I found out that Doug Flutie was going in on Sundays to practice on his own. Sharna apparently went into the studio one day for something else on a Sunday and saw him there practicing on his own because he wanted so badly to do well at the show.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that sweet? I loved the determination. So I felt bad.
Maybe he could tell he needed a little more practice. Oh.
Anyway, so au revoir to Doug Flutie this week. But let's talk just a moment. We were talking earlier about how great the choreography was this week for Antonio Brown in Footloose. And the week prior, Len and Max were kind of getting in a little bit of a disagreement with Bruno and Carrie Ann regarding how much of the choreography needs to be based in the actual dance and how much can just be, the creative fun of it. And what is your opinion on that, Rosalinda?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ballroom all the way. I'm always on Len's side. I pretty much always feel like he does, and then he says it, and he says it very well. It's a ballroom show. That's what it's based on. I'm okay with maybe adding some lyrical dancing in there, a little side-by-side stuff, but you have to bring it back to the dance, or we don't have to call it a cha-cha, or we don't have to call it a foxtrot if it's not going to be that.
Right, very true. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm always shouting amen to Len because he's usually saying exactly what I'm thinking and feeling. And this week, of course, they stray away a little bit because it's the iconic dances and they're doing exactly what's in the videos. But I wanted to applaud Sharna again because she incorporated all those nice jive movements and West Coast swing movements in her choreography.
Yeah, she did a great job this week with his dancing and bringing his abilities forth. And, it's often sometimes the desire of the competitor to win can often outdo the talent. And I think that's what happened to Antonio this past Monday was he wanted it so bad, he got better. He just got better. Sometimes actually, that's right. I think Len even said, so he's in his little accent there. It's the will that can beat the skill, I believe is what he said.
Yes, and that was fantastic. I loved the way that he said that because it is true. And we see that time and time again, don't we, with our own students and staff at Arthur Murray's?
Oh, absolutely. And I've even seen it with top ballroom competitors. Yeah. People are like, well, we're just not winning. Well, how much have you been practicing? Because it's clear the other people have just been practicing more. They just want it more. It happens every time. Yeah,
and it's a unique thing about ballroom, too, isn't it? That it's not so much the time that, I've been doing ballroom for this many years. It's, well, how many hours have you been putting into it along the way?
Right. Somebody can take 20 lessons in a month or somebody can take 20 lessons in a year. Right. The 20 lessons in a month is going to be so much better than the year product that's produced at that point. It's going to be a repetitious lesson. Every time they come in, they're going to kind of have to restart.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So listen, Dancing with the Stars, do you have a guess as to who's going to be in the finals?
Well, I'll tell you right now who I think is leading. I think Niall's leading, and then I don't know her name, but the UFC fighter.
Paige.
That girl?
Yeah.
Paige. She's talented.
Yeah.
Wanye was really, really good. And because of Antonio's performance last week and how much growth he had in his dancing in 1 week's time, he's now, I think he's right at 4th place. And if he improves as much as he did this past week into next week, he's going to take one of those top 3 spots. And if he keeps improving, he could take it. I'm starting to think after last night's or Monday's show, he's a contender now. He's in it. He's in it to win it.
I'm with you on the top 3, and I will go ahead and go right along with you on Antonio as well, because he really shocked me at the end of the show when he came on with Sharna. I was like, wow, he's not playing around anymore. He's really starting to take it seriously.
Yeah, and his technique even got better. I mean, his feet still aren't as turned out as they should be, and his toes aren't as pointed as they should be, but they're better, a lot better than they were.
Right. And who do you think's going home next week?
I'd probably have to say Kim Fields
Okay.
or the other girl, Jody.
Or Jody. I thought Ginger might go home. She's just kind of flatlining for me. I love Val, but she's getting a little not as interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that, Lania. I think she's getting a little flat and kind of, but she's with Val,
Yeah,
you know, and I think because of the Dancing with the Stars and what did we say, like 22 seasons it's been on already. I think he's got a lot of fans and a lot of followers. He's just so good. I think people would like to keep seeing him on there every week.
We are so short on time, but I've got to say one more thing now that we're talking about how great Val was. What do you think of Niall saying that his competition is Val?
That's just way too confident, way too early.
I agree.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
I agree. I think about some of the instructors that we have who've been doing this since they were kids. And it's like, oh no, you can't catch up to that on one season of Dancing with the Stars.
Even those kids can't catch up to a Val. I mean, Val's amazing. He's one of the best that there has ever been. And, and he's, at least it's a good goal. It's a good goal for Niall.
Listen, Rosalinda, it has been such a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lonnie, and thank you everyone at the Palm Harbor studio. It's been nice being here, and I appreciate all the questions about Antonio Brown, Dancing with the Stars.
Well, go Pittsburgh, go Steelers. And to my viewers out there, make sure that you tune in next week. Tomorrow, the Arthur Murray Palm Harbor Dance Studio is going to be hopping on a bus and heading to Orlando for the Fun-O-Rama Ballroom Dance Competition. We'll have highlights of the competition for you next week on the Ballroom Beat.
Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Got two left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walking through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat.